Everyone knows the path they must take, but very few actually follow that path. Bodhidharma, human nature, all of us understand what is right, what should be done, and which path leads to growth and happiness. We know we need to live kindly, persistently, disciplined, and willing to sacrifice for long-term values. Yet, between knowing and doing, there always exists a great gap. A gap created by fear, laziness, the habit of safety, and the short-term temptations of life. The right path is often not easy to walk. It requires patience when results are not yet seen, courage to refuse easy but empty choices, and resilience to keep going even when no one understands. That's why many people choose to stand still or turn to another path, even though deep down they know clearly which is the path they should take. Knowing but not doing, understanding but not daring to pursue, that is the silent tragedy of many lives. The one who truly walks the right path is not the perfect person, but the one brave enough to face themselves. They accept difficulties, accept loneliness, accept slow progress, but do not turn back. And it is that persistence that creates their value, because the right path has never been crowded, but it always leads to profound growth and a life worth living. Whoever dares to walk that path to the end, that person not only finds success, but also finds themselves. Life is like an arrow, so you must know what the target is, how to use the bow and arrow, and then shoot it forward. Finally, let it go. Henry van Dyke, The Way Humans Live, Choose, and Let Go. Life is likened to an arrow in flight, unable to turn back, unable to stop midway. Therefore, before releasing, humans need to clearly understand what they are aiming for, where they are heading, and how to reach that goal. The target in life is the goal, the ideal, the value that each person pursues. If the direction is not determined, no matter how strongly the arrow is shot, it will only fly aimlessly. How to use the bow and arrow is the preparation process. Training oneself, accumulating knowledge, nurturing resilience, and adjusting mindset. This is the stage that requires alertness, patience, and self-understanding, because only when inner strength is solid enough can the arrow fly far and on target. But the most profound part lies in the final clause, let it go. Once prepared enough and the arrow shot, we must learn to let go of the outcome, not because the outcome is unimportant, but because anxiety, regret, or excessive control only burdens the mind. When releasing, we entrust faith to the journey and accept every result with serenity. Life is the same. Live fully, do your best, then peacefully accept what comes. It is in the moment of knowing how to let go that humans achieve true inner freedom and maturity. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Les Brown. For those who still hesitate, fear before the first step, that greatness is not something ready-made, but the result of a process of daring to step forward, daring to challenge, and constantly improving oneself. No one is born perfect, nor does anyone achieve success in just one moment. Everything starts from small, even clumsy steps, but sincere and persistent. Many people postpone their dreams just because they feel they are not good enough, not qualified enough, or not ready yet. But that very thought becomes the biggest barrier preventing them from moving forward. In reality, every great achievement is built from very small actions. One dare to try, one dare to fail, and one dare to stand up after failure. When we start, even with shortcomings, we open the door to growth and learning. It is that journey that forges resilience, builds experience, and step by step brings humans closer to the greatness they desire. Don't wait until you are good enough to start, because perfection only comes when you have engaged. Allow yourself to start from the smallest things, because each step today is the foundation for tomorrow's success. When you have enough courage to set off, even if the path is still hazy, that action itself is the first sign of a person on the journey to becoming great. Don't wait for those around you to bring happiness to you. All the happiness you have, you must create yourself. Alice Walker, Reader's Digest. The responsibility of each person for their own life. Happiness is not a gift you can sit and wait for, nor is it something entirely dependent on the care or actions of others. It is the result of how we perceive life, how we choose our attitude toward living, and how we nurture our inner world each day. Many people often place expectations on others, hoping to be loved, understood, brought joy. But when that waiting is not reciprocated, they easily fall into disappointment, sadness, and blame life. In truth, happiness does not lie in the hands of others, but begins with one's own thoughts and actions. When we know how to appreciate the small things, smile in the face of difficulties, and learn to love ourselves, we have created the most sustainable source of happiness. Creating happiness yourself does not mean living selfishly, but living proactively and positively. It is when we dare to take responsibility for our own emotions, not letting circumstances or others decide our joy or sorrow. When humans understand that happiness originates from within, they become stronger, freer, and more at peace. And from that inner strength, they not only find joy for themselves, but also have the ability to spread happiness to those around them, making life more meaningful and complete. With hard work and effort, you can achieve anything. Antoine Griezmann. Humans on the journey to conquer dreams. Hidden behind those simple words is an enduring life philosophy. Success is not a random gift of fate, but the crystallization of will, perseverance, and tenacity in the face of challenges. Like a small stream that flows ceaselessly, seeming weak, but over time can wear down even the hardest rock. When humans persist with their goals, they will gradually overcome every limit that seemed impossible. Hard work here is not just working many hours, but a serious attitude toward every small task, a spirit of constant learning and self-improvement. Effort does not always bring immediate results, but it is that persistent process that helps humans mature, become stronger, and more confident. When we stumble, this saying is like a gentle reminder that failure is not the end, but just a comma in a long journey, sowing a positive energy into the heart, urging us to stand up, continue, and persist with the chosen path. When carrying hard work and effort in the heart, each person can write their own success story, no matter how rugged or thorny the path may be. Work with joy is what makes the work perfect. Aristotle. The relationship between emotions and work efficiency. When humans enter work with an enthusiastic mindset, an open heart, and a positive spirit, every small action becomes light and full of inspiration. Joy is like a cool breeze blowing into the work machine, helping the gears run smoothly, rhythmically, and more durably. No longer feeling heavy or forced, work then becomes a journey of discovery, where humans live fully with their passion and abilities. When working with joy, we not only complete tasks for the sake of it, but also put care, creativity, and responsibility into them. Every small detail is cherished. Every difficulty is viewed with a more positive eye. It is joy that helps humans overcome fatigue, turn pressure into motivation, and turn challenges into opportunities for growth. Conversely, if working reluctantly, no matter how talented, the result is hard to achieve completeness. Joy is not only a reward, but also the key to unlocking the door to perfection. When we find joy in work, we not only create value for society, but also nurture satisfaction and happiness in our own soul. The time you use is more important than spending money. If you spend money wrongly, you can fix it, but time that has passed never returns. B Norris, Reader's Digest. The true value of human life. If money is something that can be earned back through effort, then time is like a river that flows in one direction, silently passing without ever looking back. Each moment that passes carries a part of life, an opportunity, an experience that, no matter how regretful, cannot be reclaimed. In modern life, humans often chase after material things and forget that the most precious thing is not in the wallet, but in every second we are living. We can spend money wrongly and learn lessons to correct it. But if we waste time on meaningless things, regret will come too late. Time does not give us a chance to redo. It only silently reminds that every second passing is a part of human life that has closed. Knowing how to cherish time is also knowing how to cherish oneself. When we use time meaningfully to learn, love, contribute, and grow, we are sowing good seeds for the future. And when we live hastily, wasting every moment, no matter how much money we have, the soul still feels empty. Time is the fairest gift that life bestows, but also the easiest to lose. Whoever understands that early, that person has grasped the key to a profound and complete life. From what we receive, we can build a life. However, from what we give, we make a lifetime. Arthur Ashe, Reader's Digest. The value of human existence, receiving and giving. Two seemingly opposing actions, yet they go hand in hand to shape the true meaning of life. What we receive, whether knowledge, material, or opportunities, helps us exist, develop, and stand firm amid the flow of life. But only when knowing how to give do humans truly touch the noble spiritual value, where life is not just mere existence, but becomes a memorable and meaningful journey. Receiving is the starting point, the foundation for humans to build their own life. We receive love from family, teachings from teachers, help from society to grow and perfect ourselves. But if stopping at receiving, that life becomes closed and selfish. Only when knowing how to give a word of encouragement, a kind action, or simply sincere listening do we truly connect with others and with ourselves. Giving does not make humans poorer, but on the contrary, makes the soul richer and more open. It is in the process of giving that humans find the profound meaning of existence. The values we leave in others' hearts are the most enduring mark of a lifetime. When we live for others, life is not measured by the number of years passed, but by the love that has been given. And then we realize that to live is to give, and it is that giving that makes a complete, warm, and memorable lifetime. Dream what you want to dream. That is the beauty of the human mind. Do what you want to do. That is the power of humans. Believe in yourself. Challenge your limits. That is the courage that brings success. Bernard Edmonds. Dreams are the starting point of all great things. That is where the mind is free to soar, unbound by reality or fear. When humans allow themselves to dream, they open the door to creativity, hope, and the aspiration to rise. Dreams, whether small or grand, carry within them the pristine beauty of the soul, what makes life meaningful and worth living. But dreams only truly have value when turned into action. Doing what one desires not only shows the power of will, but also proves the initiative to grasp life. Action requires perseverance, courage, and sometimes accepting failure. It is in that process that humans discover their hidden potential, realizing they are stronger than they ever thought. And above all, belief in oneself is the flame that lights the way for every journey. When we dare to believe, dare to surpass safe limits, we are opening the door to success ourselves. Courage is not the absence of fear, but daring to continue even while afraid. It is that belief that helps humans overcome doubt, conquer themselves, and step by step reach what seemed distant. When we dare to dream, dare to do, and dare to believe, life will open up countless beautiful possibilities ahead. Don't overvalue what you receive, nor demand more. those who still desire other things will not have peace in their mind. Buddha sayings, the value of inner sufficiency, that true happiness does not lie in possessing how much, but in how we view what we already have. When we overvalue what we achieve, we easily give rise to comparison, arrogance, or fear of loss. Conversely, when always craving more, the heart is hard to be at ease because desire has no endpoint. Humans often think that having a little more will make them happier. More money, more fame, more recognition. But the more we chase external things, the heavier and more uneasy the mind becomes. Desire is like a smoldering fire. The more it is fed, the stronger it burns, making humans never feel enough. That's why peace does not come from having much, but from the ability to know when to stop, to cherish what is presently in hand. When we learn not to overemphasize gain and loss, not to let our heart be pulled by endless demands, the soul becomes lighter and freer. Peace is not the result of achieving everything, but the ability to let go of unnecessary cravings. When the heart has less greed, the mind has less worry, we will experience a state of serenity and stillness, where humans live slower, understand themselves more, and fully feel the value of the present. It is in that simplicity that true happiness has the chance to sprout and spread.